What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JP's on the keys, and it's two Easy Batman videos today. We got Hannah Hauxwell. This is part 2 of the video I saw like a month or 2 months ago. I don't remember. But this woman's story is still amazing. You know, it's still just crazy to see how she's the only one on that farm doing all the work for all these years. That's just crazy. That's just a testament to her work ethic and just her perseverance to keep the home alive. But let me stop talking. Let's get into this.
Having given people an insight into the world of the remarkable daleswoman Hannah Hauxwell, the film crew returned 15 years later to see how her life had changed. Thanks to the generosity of well-wishers, the farm now had electricity, and she had a little more money, which she had invested in a few more cows.
Okay.
But Hannah's back-breaking daily work on the farm continued, and every winter became harder to endure.
She looks so old at 45. I remember that.
Yes, bad winters, and there's something in my very bones that rebels when the bitterness comes, the snow and the cold and the bitterness. No, I hate it. That's the only expression for it. I know there's a certain beauty which is very nice, but it doesn't appeal to me because I detest it so.
Bill and bed, come on. Zook, 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 zook.
Her health and strength were beginning to fail, and eventually millions of television viewers watched as Hannah took the heartrending decision to sell up and leave Low Burkhat Farm for good.
To leave her home.
Bill and bed.
Didn't let me ever think it would come. Even now, sometimes I can't believe it's like sometimes as if it's something happening to somebody else rather than myself. But it's for the best, I think. I knew there was a limit to the time.
That definitely aged her, bro. All that work she did, though.
One woman on a hill farm, and I was getting, the winters. I couldn't move. A lot better if I could move as well now as I did then. I would be very happy. But I couldn't maybe hurry about, as well as I did in the cold. And if it had come a bad winter, and of course the land, I couldn't farm it and hadn't been that I could farm it properly myself, and so on. Like Gilbert and Sullivan taking one consideration with another, it was the best thing to do.
Makes sense. Man, get too old for that, man.
Oh, this is Rose.
The senior cat.
Yes, my lovely Rose. No, I like her very much. She's lovely.
One assumes that it's going to be difficult to part with her, I assume.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, man, she's going to start crying? Oh, my God.
Yes.
Yo, the camera people know how to get that emotion.
Of the parting.
Salute to the camera
But a satisfactory
people. Like, let's get her crying. But I mean, it's genuine, but like, yeah.
He's getting them, and I know he'll be good to them, and so that is very lucky in that respect. Come on, Kush. Kush, Pets.
That's all.
Hello there.
We've got them now.
Yes.
No need to worry.
No, thank you very much.
Okay, now don't worry about them. We'll
Thank
sort
you
them
very
out for you.
much. I know they have a good home.
down the dash now.
It's not a road for dawdling. Goodbye. It was difficult when it's been your home, and you feel in a way a sense of betrayal, and and it had been, the family had lived there in that house, because it was built when my grandmother and her brothers and sisters were children. So nobody had lived in that at that place, but not in that particular house. But us.
Now settled in a village nearby, Hannah's life was to take another dramatic turn, and the woman who had barely left her farm, let alone the Dale, set off on a grand tour of Europe with producer Barry Cockcroft and cameraman Mustafa Hamouri.
They gave her a
for new
TV
television
show
series aptly titled Hannah Hauxwell, Innocent Abroad.
See, stuff like this is crazy because I've noticed that in Britain, a lot of people back in the 70s, they did a lot of shows about just like really normal people, and they really brought like just the really normal people to the forefront. Because you got to think about it, this woman, her story is just so ridiculous. Like, this is an older woman who has been by herself, managing a farm by herself for all these years. And now you finally see her like, oh my God, look at this poor old lady. How could she do this? And now, like, you're giving her a show. Like, you're making normal people more, like, relatable. Like, it's the fact it's so relatable to people. That's what makes it so, like, gripping. I think that's why people get turned off from reality shows and celebrities and stuff, because it's not relatable. Just like Fred Dibner, like a normal guy doing his job. But just because his job was so unique, he became like a minor celebrity in his own right. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. It's kind of cool to see. It's really cool to see, like, normal people can become like cult celebrities and have followers, you know, get a whole bunch of fans, you know, like, that's cool.
The first time I've had alcoholic drink. I've been interested in places, and so I don't know how it came about, but you know, that if I fancied going abroad, just Barry said, oh, I want to come with you and bring a camera crew, and that was how it was.
Capri is particularly famous for its Blue Grotto, a cave in the cliffs, entered by transferring to small rowing boats which negotiate their way through a low and narrow gap in the rock. Regrettably, the unseasonable weather had agitated the sea, making entry a trifle uncomfortable. Hannah was not happy.
Is it not beautiful?
No.
No.
The Blue Grotto, not to be repeated, because you boarded a little boat, and you went through an arch, a low archway, but the procedure was you had to lie flat in the boat, and whether the boatman back over, Barry said the water wasn't as high when he'd been in. I mean, it really was blue.
I mean, it's really clear water, though.
Hannah's fame had spread far and wide, and while strolling through the Italian city of Florence, admiring the art treasures, she bumped into two of her fans.
I'd like to thank you for all the pleasure you've given us, both in books and on the television.
Thank you very much.
And what a stout life, Hannah.
Yes.
When we think of you going down for the water, you know, when it's frozen.
Yes.
In all that ice.
Yes.
Enjoy the rest of your holiday, won't you? Because we think you've earned it.
Thank you.
And we're so thrilled to have met you.
Thank you.
See, stuff like that is really dope. It's really nice.
Enjoy your
You're just like, she's like a normal woman just doing her thing in the farm, and she's getting recognized by all these people. You know, finally the recognition for all the hard work.
Do you still get letters from them?
Oh yes, yes, I had just within a week ago or 10 days from gentlemen in Canada.
In Canada?
Yes, he'd been a farmer as I, you know, in the same wild country.
So you get letters from all over the world?
Different places, yes. Not a lot, but you know, now and again.
What sort of thing do they say to you, Anna, in the letters?
Oh, mostly, you know, they've enjoyed the books, you know, they'd watched the films and they enjoyed the books, and, you know, some to hear how I am, and some lovely letters, and, or just thanking me.
And even on the Grand Canal, Hannah was recognised and hailed from a passing water bus.
Oh, look at that.
It was a wonderful trip, yes. You know, places I'd never dreamt, only read about.
Like, her story really went worldwide. Like, it really went worldwide. Like, that's insane.
This was wonderful because it was altogether different. I mean, you got out of a motorised vehicle and into a boat, and then it was all like a great inland sea. So, you know, it is all, you know, different from, I don't think, anywhere else in Europe.
But there's one place Hannah can't bring herself to visit. Today, Low Burkett Farm is almost unrecognisable as the place where she lived for so long.
Oh, they remodeled her home.
2 decades on, it's been completely
Dang, they
refurbished
remodeled
and is
her
a family
home. I mean,
with
that makes
all
sense,
mod
though.
cons.
It would make sense.
It wasn't easy, and
You
I
know.
don't go back.
Somebody would have definitely
Can't
eventually
go
have done
back.
that
The
anyway.
ties are too
So,
strong. No, it's never, I've never known another home, and for people like me, if you haven't known another home and all its associations and ties, it isn't easy for anybody.
Although Hannah had to leave the farm, she couldn't leave the Dale, and she moved to a small cottage in a village just a few miles from Low Burkett Farm, where she now lives a quiet life.
It's still a bit different. I think once a country woman, always a country woman. But it has, it was the right thing to do at the time. Couldn't have stayed up there forever. There's certain things you miss. You win some, you lose some. There's plenty of things to do in the house. No, the problem is, it isn't what I would do. There's far more to do than I can get done and would have time for. I sometimes wish I had time to be bored. I wouldn't like to be bored.
I have to say, you're not good at throwing things out, are you, Hannah?
No, that's one thing I don't do. I'm a different...
See, but it makes sense. She would keep all this stuff. I know somebody like, oh my God, she's hoarding. But if you've lived by yourself for all these years, and you live so far away from the in town that you're not gonna get a regular job, you have to work on your farm, because maintaining a farm is crazy work. Like, you're not gonna have a whole bunch of money, and you gotta keep everything. I understand, of course, some people are like, oh my God, she turned everything, she kept everything, but that's how she's been doing it for all these years. Like, you can't just expect her to magically change just because she has a new house.
Generation by far than you young people was brought up in wartime. It was make do and mend, and of course, when I was on my own, there wasn't money to buy things with, so you made do. And it seemed they do come in useful. I know I keep too many, but no, I know I do keep. But it's the way I am, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
No, you can't.
For Hannah, home will always be where the heart is, and Hannah Hauxwell's heart will always be in the Dales.
There was nothing, it was just me, there was nothing special about me. As I've said, and often say, I was, still am, and always will be, just a plain Dales woman, just a plain country woman.
Well, her story it's great, because it's just, the fact that the whole world caught on to her story is just a wild part. Like, the entire world was tuned in to her story. But it's good these are the people that we should elevate in society. Like, the hard workers, the people that really get things done despite all the circumstances, the people that don't give up, the people that do what they need to do to keep themselves, to support themselves. Like, these are the type of people we need to celebrate, Like, the normal people that really are in the trenches getting it. But, thank you for watching. I think I'm going to premiere this. I'm definitely going to premiere this. But, thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support. Leave a like. Check out my last community post. I have a new channel out. Oh my God, he got 37 channels. Whatever. It's just another channel. I'm just doing something I want to do. That's it. Just another channel. But go ahead and check that out if you're a basketball fan. I'm going to be on Patreon this weekend. I'm going to be on my other 2 channels this weekend too. But thank you so much. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell if you haven't already. But be safe. Stay on the grind. Have a great day. I'm out. Peace.